Hey, Jimmy from Cuff and Stuff. Man, have we got another good one for you. You're gonna love this, your kids are gonna love it. Oh, my grandchildren tear this up. Today we're gonna make a tater tot casserole. But wait a minute, this isn't the tater tot casserole you're thinking. This is crispy tater tots. It's got manwich, sloppy joe in it. It's got hash browns in it. It's got cheese. Oh my goodness, this is so good, and the combination you just won't believe. So, hang tight. Okay, well here's what we start with, all right? These are our hash browns. This is an entire bag of frozen hash browns. Now, you can get them at your grocery, Walmart, or wherever. And then is an entire bag of tater tots, okay? Now here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take and stick these in the oven. At 425 degrees, okay? Now these are gonna take 25 to 30 minutes to get them good and crispy, and that's what I want. I will go in probably about the 15-minute mark and stir them up. So as many potatoes as I've got in there, I will be able to get them good and crispy on both sides and all the way through. What I've got here, this is 2 pounds of fresh, ground, lean hamburger. I like lean because I don't really have to worry about pouring the grease off. There's not as much oil, and we're gonna flavor this with what we're gonna put in it. So let me get this browned up. You basically just want to break it up good. I'm sure you've browned hamburger meat before. That's all there is to this. Okay, see what I mean about not as much grease? Now this had some oil in it. This wasn't ground round. It was just lean hamburger meat. And for this, it just works out better. To this, now that we got it browned, we're gonna add 2 cans. And this is just off the shelf original manwich. There's one, and the second one. All right, if you notice, I have not seasoned this hamburger meat at all. No salt and pepper. All right, so all I want to do is just fold this in just like this. Stir it in, get it good and mixed up. Look at that. That's good enough to eat just like that. But wait, we're gonna kick this up a notch. All right. So I've got our sloppy joe ingredients made. I'm turning this down on low. I want to let it just simmer in for just a little bit as my potatoes are getting done. So stick with me, and when it's time to take the potatoes out, I'll bring you back. Okay, well let's put this thing together. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna line the bottom of this half catering pan with the tater tots. Now, you can see these tater tots are good and brown. I got them good and crispy. I want them a little crispier than you would normally cook them just to serve tater tots. The reason behind that is I'm going to use this as the base for this casserole.
So it holds up better if you just take and get them good and crispy to start with. So that's what I've done. The idea here is to get them as flat in the bottom. Make sure you cover the whole bottom with the tater tots. Then next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Sloppy Joe or Manwich hamburger, and I'm going to cover over the top of these tater tots. Now you can see the Manwich is good and hot, and so it soaks around the tater tots and gets in all the cracks and crevices and whatnot and fills it up pretty good. This makes a good meat for the tater tots and for the casserole. So I'm going to use all that I made, and again, this was 2 pounds. Now at this point, if you want to add any seasoning or spice, salt and pepper or whatever, this is all to taste. This would be the point to do it. So this is where I would put it in, and you see I'm using all of this out of it. So again, just flatten it down, and this is your second layer. Okay, well, the next layer is our hash browns, and you can see I've got them out of the oven, and they're good and crispy. I got them good and brown. I stirred them up several times in the oven. They're still piping hot. I'm going to put that on top of the casserole, or actually on top of the Manwich. This is just the next layer I'm going to take, and I'm going to cover these, use them all. This was an entire bag. So let me get this covered out, and I'll show you what's next. Okay, well, here's where we're going to add our cheese. All right, this is Parmesan cheese. Oh man, I like the flavor that it adds to this. Gives it like a little Italian flair to it. So I'm just going to add a light layer of Parmesan cheese. On top of the Parmesan cheese, I'm going to add our next layer of cheese, and that's going to be our Colby Jack. That's another one of my favorite cheeses. So I'm going to add a light layer of it over the top of the Parmesan cheese. And I've got one more layer of cheese that I'm going to add, and the last layer is a triple cheddar cheese. And boy, I like cheddar cheese too. So I've got all my favorites in here. And again, I'm just going to put a light layer of the cheddar on top of the other two. And you see, this is going to be nice and thick. Oh my goodness, is this going to be good. Okay, this is going in the oven at 350 degrees. We want the cheese to melt and brown. We probably will leave it in here, I don't know, probably 30 minutes at 350 degrees. Okay, look at this. Cheese is melted into it. Oh man, that looks good. All right, let's take it out, let it cool off, and we're gonna slice this up. All right, we've let this cool just a little bit. Let's cut down in this. Let's see if we can scoop out. Oh yeah, look at this. Plate over here. Well, there's only one thing left to do. Like I always say, let's try it. Well, here we go.
I'm diving in. It's time to try this. Hopefully, oh yeah, still steaming. So good it makes the puppy beg. Well, I'm gonna call this another win. Try this one, serve it to your family. You will not believe your reaction you're gonna get. This is so good, it's so easy. I don't know what to say. It's good stuff. Thanks again for sticking around, watching how this turns out. Man, it turned out so good. If you haven't already, hit the circle on this side. I'll have another video just for you on this side. Until next time, hush, bubby. Hang tight.